Hello and welcome to VNA News Daily Bulletin. Coming up next, we have your top stories.
Delegates deliberate criteria for members of the 12-party Central Committee. Foreign experts positive about Vietnam's economic prospects. Snow envelops Vietnam's northern mountainous region.
During the fourth working day on January 24th, delegates attending the 12th National Party Congress worked in groups to discuss criteria for members and the structure of the 12th Party Central Committee.
The delegates also mulled over a list of nominations for members of the 12-party Central Committee, both official and alternate, prepared by the 11th Tenuous Committee. After that, they proposed additional candidates outside of the list. Afterwards, heads of delegation reported to the Congress Presidium the list of supplementary nominations for the 12-party Central Committee. Earlier, on January 23rd, the Congress approved the number of the committee's members for the 12th tenure, comprising 180 official and 20 alternate ones.
Continuing the agenda of the 12th National Party Congress, delegates discussed and made suggestions to draft documents submitted to the Congress. More details in the following report. Head of the 11th Party Central Committee's Economic Commission, Phạm Xuân Đường, delivered a presentation specifying orientations to map out a national industry development policy. Accordingly, the National Industrial Development Policy should fully comply with the market's rules and become part of the building of a complete institution of the socialist-oriented market economy, transforming the growth model, restructuring the economy, and implementing three breakthroughs set earlier. The policy needs to maximize the strength of all available resources at home while also attracting foreign resources. It should be grounded on science and technology, a respect for renovation and creation, and ensuring the relationship between industry and trade. Regarding the issue of building a modern agriculture, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Cao Đức Phát suggested restructuring agriculture towards modernized methods that earn a higher added value through more efficient operation. The agriculture sector needs to have a developed infrastructure that could help it respond and mitigate the consequences of natural disasters. He also proposed developing agriculture forestry businesses and other partnerships that connect producers and dealers in a value chain domestically and globally. Minister of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs Phạm Thị Hải Truyền said, ensuring social welfare is the party's consistent and fundamental policy to eradicate poverty and guarantee people's social equality. According to the minister, fruitful economic development will facilitate the welfare of people and vice versa. Therefore, it is necessary to continue reforming economic institutions and state-owned enterprises and generating jobs in order to complete a social welfare system compatible with economic development in the new period. Regarding the ability of the female labor force to meet industrialization and modernization requirements, Nguyễn Thanh Hoa, president of the Vietnam Women's Union, suggested the party and state pay more heed to building and implementing the Vietnam Female Labor Force Development Strategy for 2016 to 2020, with a vision towards 2030. Under the strategy, the most important task is to raise awareness of the entire political system, society and families, and especially women themselves, of the need for human resource development to fulfill the requirements of the new era, as well as understanding the importance of the role and position played by female laborers. President of the Vietnam General Confederation of Labour Đặng Ngọc Tùng affirmed that throughout Vietnam's history, the working class and the trade union have always been closely connected with the nation's fate. To solidify the trade union as the party's firm social establishment and the state's capable collaborator, it is necessary for further party building. Foreign experts are positive about Vietnam's reforms and open-door policy, suggesting that the country should seize opportunities to become a major Asian export hub. These comments came as the 12th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam is taking place in Hanoi.
Christian Lewis, an expert on Vietnam at the New York-based Eurasia Group think tank, wrote in a commentary that following the Congress, the new set of leaders will support the current economic reforms and trade policy. Notably, they remain committed to the Trans-Pacific Partnership and other key trade deals, including the free trade agreement with the EU. French newspaper L'Echo ran an article saying the Congress will consider adopting a socio-economic development blueprint for the next 5 years, with a roadmap to raising per capita income to between $3,200 and $3,500 by 2020, reducing inflation to below 5% and keeping the budget deficit within 4% of the gross domestic product. It added that Vietnam's financial markets will continue to appeal to foreign investors, since Vietnam has not only joined the World Trade Organization but also signed the TPP. Commenting on Vietnam's business climate, the UK's Financial Times said that with gross domestic product growth back about 6%, Vietnam is benefiting as manufacturers relocate in a bid to cut their costs after wage rises in countries such as Thailand and China. IHH Global Insight Asia-Pacific chief economist Rashid Biswas said that further economic liberalization and the improvement of economic competitiveness are very important. Vietnam's next leaders should seize opportunities to turn the country into an important hub of export production hub in Asia.
Vietnam's rice exports are expected to enjoy more opportunities in 2016 thanks to contracts transferred from last year and the growing demand of major markets. Stay tuned for more on this report. According to the Vietnam Food Association, domestic exporters will continue delivering contracts signed in 2015 with a total volume of 1.3 million tons of rice. Therefore, the association won't have to buy rice for temporary stockpile in the 2015 to 2016 winter-spring crop like the previous harvest. China remains a major importer of rice from Vietnam this year. Besides, the Philippines has planned to buy an additional 50,000 tons of rice from Vietnam and Thailand for stockpile in case of natural disasters. Indonesia also plans to buy 350,000 tons of rice in the first quarter of 2016, while Malaysia is expected to increase its rice imports due to El Nino impacts. Improving human resources and revamping the labor structure are seen as strategic solutions to enhance the economy's competitiveness when Vietnam is integrating deeper into the world economy.
Vietnam's decision on shifting to the market economy in 1986 has been proved to be sound, which helps to mobilize our resources and potentials to develop the economy. During the past 30 years, Vietnam has carried out a series of market-oriented reforms, especially in the agricultural and private economic sectors, export and international economic integration. The country has also focused on labor export, with several key markets seeing positive growth, including Taiwan and Japan. The quality of Vietnamese workers abroad and the operations of labor export companies have improved. Moreover, more than 7.8 million jobs were created throughout the country from 2011 and 2015, helping reduce the unemployment rate to below 4% in urban areas. However, ASEAN integration is also posing challenges to Vietnam, as the newly formed ASEAN Economic Community will allow a freer flow of laborers across the Southeast Asian countries. To deal with the challenges, the Ministry of Labor, Environment and Social Affairs continues to update the legal system and align the domestic labor market with international and regional integration requirements in order to ensure a modern, effective, competitive and equal labor market.
After the temperature plummeted overnight, snow has fallen in many areas across the northern mountainous region as a strong cold spell has enveloped almost half of the country since January 23rd.
The temperature was recorded at -7 degrees Celsius in the morning of January 23rd in Cao Bang province. The rare appearance of snow has attracted a large number of tourists. However, severe frost has damaging consequences to the local agriculture production, as well as being a risk to people's health. The authorities have urged people to take measures to cope with the cold weather. This is the first time snow has appeared at the Phiêu Quoc Mountain since last winter. In Lào Cai province, temperature dropped to -5 degrees Celsius, the lowest record for many years. The temperature at Sapa Resort City was measured at 0 degrees Celsius on the morning of January 24th, with snow blanketing the streets. Snow also appeared in other localities, including Sơn La and Hà Giang provinces and Ba Vì Mountain of Hanoi.
The people of Vietnam are joyously welcoming the festive Lunar New Year holiday season, or Tết, which is filled with different cultures and traditions. Join us on a trip to Nậm Sin village, the northwestern province of Điện Biên, where the ethnic Si La people celebrate Tết in their own unique way. At the first light of dawn, Mr. Hu Cha Si and his wife begin to prepare a small feast for their family to celebrate the holiday, or as they call it, the Ô Sĩ Chờ Tết. Thanks to a prosperous crop season, Mr. Si can afford an entire pig this year, weighing around 30 kilograms. The cold and frosty winter season seems to dissipate in this cozy and happy family home. Today is a joyous occasion for the Si La people. Everybody is happy and gleeful because every household can afford a pig this year. For their offerings to the ancestors, the Si La people usually prepare a pair of squirrels, some crabs, and fish. In the Si La culture, squirrels are a stable source of food when other commodities were too rare or too expensive. The Si La people use squirrels as an offering to their ancestors on 3 occasions every year: the New Year holiday, a new crop season, and weddings. They even use squirrels as an offering when a family member is ill to pray for a quick recovery. Every year after harvesting, our people make an offering of wine and other commodities to pray for the young, wishing them good health, good grades, and good luck. As is tradition, all households in the Nậm Sin village prepare hot meals and wine to welcome visitors. This year, VNA News reporters were invited to celebrate Tết with village elder Lee Cha Che and his family. According to the village elder, the Si La ethnic group used to have many festivals, religious traditions, and customs. However, over time, some traditions have been forgotten, and people now end up celebrating only a handful of the occasions.
The Si La ethnic group has a small population with little potential in economic development. The local authorities are providing the Si La people with assistance, particularly in helping them preserve their cultural identity, such as restoring old dances and traditional religious festivals.
With less than 1,000 people, the Si La people is one of the 5 ethnic minority groups with the smallest population in Vietnam, in high risk of losing their culture and tradition to time. And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.